$7,000.
There's something else going on here, I promise you. I'm gonna get your money back.
This Hagel guy is alive.
He's alone in a mansion.
You take Bitcoin?
Melonie, Raul, hi, nice to see you. How are you doing?
Doing well, thank you.
So first of all, congratulations on the movie. I watched it last night. I love it. I hadn't. It's the first time I've seen it. I've not seen it on the festival circuit. It's fantastic. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So I mean, the first thing I want to talk about is about your two characters, because obviously, without giving anything away, Raul, yours is kind of, he's on the edge. He's very tense in this film, and then obviously, man, yours is very kind of probably the most feistiest of the three that take over the house. And then of course you've got Tony, who's kind of like the everything Zen guy. Now I want to speak a little bit about how you managed to kind of create that yin yang balance between the three of you, because they're three very different characters, but at the same time they all kind of work perfectly together to kind of help build the mystery. So I'm curious how behind the scenes you kind of prepared the scenes between the three of you, especially the fact that Tony, I hear, is quite an improviser, so that must have been quite complicated as well to work with. No,
I mean, I'll say this: the synchronicity in casting is everything. Like, really, like the dynamic on set was so effortless between, Melonie and Tony, and I felt like a real easy flow. Like, there was no one. Even, Tony is a great improviser, and he's so funny and so larger than life. He can be, but he's also so grounded, and he knows how to give space or make space for the other actors in the playing space. And I think that the three of us had like a good rapport, a very easy rapport. No one was taking more attention than needed to be taken, and I think that's a testament to the wonderful casting. And that's just like, you never know what you're going to get when you wind up on a film. Especially this one came together very fast, and we were all in Western Massachusetts. Like within, I mean, I think I was up in the Berkshires like maybe a week or two after finding out that I was doing the film. So, and we all met like a couple of days before we started shooting at most, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I guess at the same time, especially for you two, because you're not supposed to really met each other in the film, so that must have been really kind of helpful that you hadn't really met each other until a couple of days before, no?
Totally.
Yeah, it kind of worked out. It was a perfect cocktail of like, we just jumped onto this thing. We didn't really know each other. But also, I think all those things are very much written in the script. And I think these characters kind of just gelled perfectly.
Mm-hmm. Something that I really loved about the film is when I first read it was about cryptocurrency, I was kind of like, hey, what's this going to be? Kind of some kind of documentary or something like that. And I really didn't expect what it was going to be until I saw the trailer. And then the trailer really pulled me in. So when you were on set, was that something that you were very kind of self-aware of, that you wanted to keep it for people who were kind of interested in the cryptocurrency to kind of to use some of that jargon, but at the same time to kind of keep it down a bit, to kind of level it between the two types of audience that you probably reach for this kind of a movie?
Yeah, I think so. I think like I keep talking about this, but when I first met Cutter, I had to confess to him that I knew nothing about crypto. I was familiar with the term, and these vague ideas of what it was, but I was sort of honest about that, and he said that's actually kind of perfect for Billy. He's an amateur at this, but I did feel reading the script that I didn't feel like I didn't feel lost when I was reading the script, even though I knew nothing about the world. I felt like it was very accessible and very like it really educated without making it too heavy-handed. It taught me a lot about crypto. Just from reading the script, and then going on and doing my own research. But yeah, that was sort of my experience of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as we're like, Eve is the opposite of Billy, where she's really knowledgeable about the crypto world and has all the vocabulary. But I think John Hybe did a really good job of writing something that was very like for a crypto person reading it, they would completely understand it. And then for those who do not, also broken down in terms of like, you're not going to be completely lost in terms of like what's happening. And I think he did a really great job in that.
Mm.
So, okay, which is it true that one of the guys, I think it's the guy that you speak to over Zoom or something, he is actually a guy who does hack into these kind of wallets? So was that all scripted, or was that kind of a little bit kind of just riffing off what he would usually say to kind of customers or people he deals with? How did that play out?
I think that was all scripted. I mean, I don't think there was
Right.
even with Tony and everyone, like there was very little that wasn't, scripted. It was I would say most of the dialogue is from John's script.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like there's moments here and there, but
Hmm.
we were pretty loyal to it.
Hmm.
And also, I want to talk a little bit about your relationship with Josh's character. Obviously, I don't want to give too much away about Josh's character, but he's fantastic in the movie as well. I'm curious, did you try to spend not too much time with him to kind of create this kind of mysterious relationship with him, or was it impossible to not share time with Josh? I mean, I spoke to him 8 minutes and he sounds like a lovely guy, so I imagine it was difficult not to spend time with him, no?
100%.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've known him for years. I did a movie with him
All
years
right.
ago, so it was kind of like I was so happy to see
That's
him.
right.
I was like, yay! Like, it's
Even
hard
though he
to.
was sat down with a chain around his neck and
Yeah.
his hands tied up now.
And also, as you can imagine, there's not a lot of housing up in
Right.
wintertime Berkshire. So we were all in this little Airbnb, the four of us. We shared a kitchen. Remember that? We were all like, it was the four of us in the house. And sometimes the day players would kind of come in and out. But
I
and
had
we would
my
all go to
baby there.
Yeah.
Had your baby
My
there?
daughter
Really?
Maya was
Oh,
15
congratulations, I
months,
didn't
and
know
all the
that.
guys were like, oh,
Yeah.
like the three uncles. They were so good with her.
Totally.
So it's like it's hard to be mad at any of them. Josh,
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fantastic. That's great. Congratulations on the baby. I had no idea that happened. Yeah, that's a great note to finish because they're giving me the wrap. So listen, thank you so much for your time, guys. I appreciate
Thank you, Howard.
talking to me, and congratulations on the film. Can't wait for people
Appreciate
to see it, and I hope to speak to you again sometime soon.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
All right, take
Home invasion, kidnapping, torture. And the night is still young.